Hello, it is I, Matthew Harvey. Hopefully you know that, as if you're watching this, you're one of my patrons on Patreon. So, another day, another walk by the canal, and the sun is out, and it's been a cold morning. It was very windy and cold yesterday, but there are more and more days like this with sun, and it feels like, you know, actually on Sunday, it's Tuesday today, on Sunday it was warm during the day. It wasn't windy at all. There's blue coming up behind, and yeah, so it feels that spring is finally on the way. I'm sure we'll have some sort of false winter before the end of it, but this time 3 years ago it was absolutely terrible blizzards, and all sorts. So there was tons of snow. So you know, this year I can hear someone shouting. Don't know what's going on. Never know. Be a dog will rush out in a minute and have a fight with Blue. Who knows? If I suddenly disappear, that's what happens. Anyway, I just thought I'd take advantage of the walk. Yeah, I think it is a dog. I don't know what's going on. I think it's training their dog, I think. Wow. Some serious dog training going. Wow. Okay, well, you can hear the shouting there of the training. I don't.
We'll try one more and then you can finish.
Come on, Blue. Come on. Blue, come on. Come on, Blue. Blue, come on. Blue is very interested in what's going on here with the training. There was another the guy he just heard speaking to the dog owner. Obviously owns another dog, and his dog was looked like a German pointer, and he was just sitting right next to, just in the gap of the hedge there. And just Blue is not the most friendly of dogs when it comes to other dogs, especially when they bump into him, and he's not expecting it, you know. So they sort of stood eyeing each other up for a bit, but anyway, Blue decided that it was more prudent to wander off than have a fight with this dog that could easily just rip him to shreds. So so that was good. There's a cyclist coming now. Right. Blue is amazing at not getting out of the way of cyclists. He just wanders in the path. He doesn't care at all. He owns the canal, apparently, which is fair enough, I think. Anyway, just thought I'd take the opportunity to have a quick catch up with you guys. If you haven't seen it already, I did put the first couple of pages of the first draft of Forest of Foes up for Yesith level tier level patrons and above. So if you haven't seen that, have a look and read it and see what you think. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. As I say, it's first draft, so there's a lot more to go. I'm very close now to the end. It's felt really difficult, this one. I think each book feels more difficult than the one before, if I'm perfectly honest, and I think that's just a culmination of different things. Probably partly due to the fact that the longer you've been writing, the more of the ideas that you've had have already been used, and maybe more self-critical as well. And I think I probably tried to stretch myself more with each book, so changing, you know, plot lines and doing things that are more complicated, maybe, which makes life more complicated for me. And in this case, of course, they're in Francia, so it's a lot more research for me and trying to work out, you know, what's going on at the time. But anyway, I'm very close to the end now, and suddenly the last 3 or 4 chapters have kind of opened up in my mind, and I'm speeding towards the end. So I've done 1,000 words this morning. I'll probably do another 1,000 words this afternoon. Hopefully we finish the first draft at the end of this week, or maybe sometime next week. But yeah, very close to the end of the first draft now. Feel good, back on track, so life is good. If anyone, I'm guessing if you were going to, you've already booked the your place on the Historical Writers Virtual Convention, the History Quill thing, because that's on from tomorrow, and I'm talking on Saturday on a panel with Ben Kane and other writers. I can't remember their names, but they all seem very nice. Met up with them. I'm very remiss of me for not remembering their names. I remember Ben Kane because of course I met him a few times. He's in the same genre, but the others are different sort of subgenres of historical fiction. I'm not so familiar with their work. But yeah, looking forward to that. And then in a few weeks I'm talking at the Suffolk Libraries virtual event. That's in March, just after the release of A Night of Flames, and that one's free, so check out the links to that. That's all over my social media and my newsletter and stuff. So I might, if I can remember, I'll post a link to it here as well. But yeah, sign up to that. Oh, and of course on the 18th of February, doing that talk with Giles Christian, who I'm sure you all know, and if you don't, check out his books. Again, that's going to be free to everybody, but if you're a patron, you can post questions in advance and I'll make sure they get asked. And if you're there live, it will be available afterwards on all sort of social media platforms to watch after the event, but if you're watching it live, you can also interact with us posting live questions, and we'll do our best to respond. But yeah, if you want to post questions in the correct thread here, I will make sure they do get asked in case we run out of time. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks again for your patronage, as always, and hope you're well, and stay safe, and happy reading.